Hi, in this video we will be comparing the new model SteadyDancer against Wan-Animate, and then we will go step by step through using SteadyDancer on Wan2GP and have some tips for getting best results. SteadyDancer and Wan-Animate are models where you take a control video with a person moving, and then you have a reference image with a character or a person, and then the model will output a video that has your reference character moving like your control video. So is SteadyDancer a Wan-Animate killer? No. Spoiler alert, it is very good for dancing videos, especially when your character is of different size than your control video character. For instance, in Wan-Animate replace mode, I could not get this video to work no matter what I tried because the bear is of such different size than the dancer, but in SteadyDancer it works quite nicely. That's not to say that you can't get dancing to work in Wan-Animate. You can, and in this run, I actually think with the woman, it works better with Wan-Animate because you get some of the facial expressions carried over, and because the woman was of a similar size to your control character, it worked just fine. And this goes to the crux of the SteadyDancer innovation. They were very focused on reconciling your pose control character with your reference image so that you get a consistent character that moves like the control video, even if the characters are very different. The main trade-off with SteadyDancer is you lose detailed facial control. You'll see that the bear closes his eyes. It's a nice effect and it makes sense in the dance, but the woman in the control video did not do that. So let's dive in and generate some videos. I'll be working on a RTX 5090 in RunPod. If you don't know how to set that up, I have a separate video that I will link to. So the first thing we are going to do is go into the configuration setting and disable stage detention by selecting SDPA and then selecting save settings at the bottom. This is only if you are running that RTX 5090 in the RunPod template I created, otherwise likely not necessary. Under Wan 2.1, we're going to select SteadyDancer 14B. And then you're going to want to choose the LoRa preset for Fusion IX and hit apply. And then this will handle downloading the LoRa and setting the right default settings. So really makes it very easy. Then we're going to drag in our reference image. Here I created a reference image with my character with the same background as the control video. You don't have to do that. If you want to have more of like a replacement kind of functionality, that's how you would do it. You make your reference image look like your control video, but change out the character, but not necessary. To do that, I just took the first frame of the control video as an image, fed that to an image model along with a picture of my character, and prompted to switch out the character into the new background. It also helps if your reference image has your character in a similar position to that of the character in your control video, so you can also do that with an image model. Then we're going to select the Use Control Video Poses to animate person and start image. So we're not using any masking. If your control video has an area you just want to use as your control video, then you could use masking. I think it complicates things, and what I like about SteadyDancer over Wan-Animate is you don't have to do any masking. Then we're going to drag in our control video. It is super important that it is 16 frames per second. I did numerous tests and I got very good results with like 25 FPS or 30 FPS. And I don't know if it's the Wan2GP implementation or just because it's the model default, but highly recommend that you use 16 FPS. If your control video is something other than 16 FPS, you can use this ffmpeg command to convert it to 16 FPS. Then for the prompt, we can do something pretty simple because the reference image and control video are doing most of the work. We're just going to say the bear is dancing. And then we want 9:16 to match our reference image. And I'm doing 480p. I hit redness issues at 720p, so I'd rather upscale later. The control video is 7 seconds, and then 7 times our 16 frames is 112. So we're doing 112 frames. I found that is a nice sweet spot where the generations were quite fast and I did not get deterioration or artifacts. If I went much longer, I would see redness appearing, and especially if I did a sliding window. This might be a bug that gets resolved, but for now I would avoid very long generations or using a sliding window, even with color correction. We're doing 10 inference steps, and that got filled in for us when we applied the LoRa preset. Under advanced mode, I'm just going to set C to 42, and something you might want to try playing with is the condition guidance. If you're not seeing your character dance according to the control video, you might want to raise the condition guidance to 2 or greater. I didn't see much impact though. Otherwise, we can keep these defaults. We see that our LoRa is already there. Under post-processing, we do want to select RIFE 2x upsampling because we are using control video of 60 frames per second and would prefer the output to be a higher frames per second. If you wanted to do one window that's greater than 129 frames, that's where you would change it, but we are under 129, so do not have to mess with that. And then we are all set, so we can click generate. This is the first time I'm running this model on this machine, so the first thing it will have to do is download the model, so this run will take a little longer than usual. Before it goes through the diffusion steps, you will see that a pose map is created. And the generation took about 6 minutes without having to download the model. It was taking me about 3 minutes to generate 7 seconds of output. So that's the generation process, pretty quick and easy with this one, but there are a couple of gotchas. If you get stuck in the stage of extracting pose information, go to your RunPod connection page and click on the Jupyter Notebook, or if you're just on your own machine, navigate to where you have the Wan2GP repo, and then go to Models, and then Wan, and then open the Wan_handler py file and search for composite, and then set include composite to false. I opened a PR to make the default false, but until that is merged, you want to go in here and set it to false. It's not going to impact anything. It just stops a very heavy CPU process from happening. So then go into your web terminal. If you're running on RunPod, in the template that I made, you'll be able to call restart Wan2GP.sh and it will restart the process for you. And then you can just refresh the Gradio front end and it will work again. And this should make the generation faster if you were getting stuck on that extraction step. And then another gotcha in selecting your dance. You have to be careful if the dance requires turning around, sometimes the head will get messed up. But otherwise, it's a lot of fun to take trending TikTok dances and have your characters perform them. I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.